running?
We are.
All right, so it's just a little trial out here under the awning with the lights and the wind. You can hear the...
After the great goddamn battle to get fucking glamour shots of the Campusaurus.
Yeah, which we'll have up soon.
Hey, Neighbor's Light, someday I'm coming for you.
Yeah. I don't understand.
First time 911 doesn't work, I'm gonna murder your life, bro.
Okay, so we live in what is described as a rural area. One of the nice things about rural areas is you don't have extra light.
Yeah.
So if you're looking to, solve the problem with theft and that sort of thing, turn your lights off and disappear.
Yeah.
And there are studies that show in rural areas that being unlighted is safer than being lighted.
Plus, the people who are going to steal your stuff are your friends. They know where your stuff is. Nah. Like if you get murdered, 80% of the people who get murdered by someone they know.
Right.
Very rare that strangers hate you that much.
So this will be interesting to see how the tarp goes.
Spit it out.
So.
Spit it out.
What have you got in your cup?
A bug.
Oh.
It's not getting any of my coffee.
Right. Make you put it back.
Yeah.
So anyway, we have lots of stuff to show you. We've been to, North Rim, Bryce Canyon.
We're just do a bunch of this together as like photo centipedes.
Yeah, it'll be fun. So, what else do we have? Oh my God. So, we have, it's so sad. We have Donald Trump demanding respect from foreign leaders because he's not a fool.
Human beings everywhere, stop demanding respect.
How many false statements can you make in one sentence?
I've given up on that one. That was Cheetah who got a wish. No, my bigger thing is anytime someone's demanding respect.
If they're off in Neverland, you earn respect.
Start by commanding some.
Yeah.
Do some shit. Right. Control your corner, do your thing. Right. And why do you give a shit what other monkeys think of you? Have you seen humanity? Like, I get that's why people invented yardsticks and shit. Like, oh god, dumb shit. But I'm like, wow, these things are fucking horrible. So.
Yeah. Anyway. So as you can tell, we're not fans of the Donald.
I was indifferent.
Unindicted Donnie. I love that one.
I like Pocahontas.
Pocahontas is good too.
Yeah, no. The downside of taking her.
Actually, we can just let that go face down.
That's true. You failed, microphone.
Yeah. How you like that? How you like them
Find
apples,
your lack
worm?
of functionality disturbing.
Oh, yeah. So anyway.
I am utterly indifferent to Donald Trump aside from the dumb shit he can do, most of which doesn't matter. Not knowing anything about government pretty much limits the damage he can do.
No, but if you look at where we were for that election, and if you look at who the Democrats ran, you can understand easily how... Yeah, how can you be surprised? Right? We have had... Literally...
The vast majority of things, they were indefundishable.
Yeah, I know.
You don't think we'd have gotten the massive corporate tax cut? Yeah, we would. We want to show we're pro-business, tarp it down.
Well, I mean, for the last 40 years, we have had both parties that firmly in the pockets of industry and the ultra-rich.
Well, the people who are going to make them wee baby super boss rich.
Oh, yeah.
Like Mitt Romney rich.
And Mitt Romney's a piker when it comes to rich.
Oh, yeah. No,
He's baby rich.
What's the lowest billionaire on the thing? That's the real rich.
Yeah. So.
That's who determines what the people with the nice hair are going to tell you on TV.
Yeah.
And mostly it's buy soap and don't set nice rich people on fire.
Right. So anyway, we have a system which is not working for the working class, hasn't been for 40 years. It's been steadily trending downhill. They watched as their children went into mountainous debt to go to college. It didn't do them any good getting a job. I think hard science is different, but not as different as it used to be.
And we're not doing much with hard
science. So for comparison, right, when I graduated from the University of New Mexico, I had just bought a brand new car. I hadn't a single dime in debt. And I went straight from there into the U.S. Army and straight from there into graduate school. I graduated from graduate school. I owned a house and a car. Well, 3 cars, actually. No, 2 cars. Didn't have a dime of debt. Right? So the engineers I'm hiring today come to me with $40,000 to $50,000 in student debt.
Yep.
Right.
Which they're gonna get by selling out somebody's secret someday.
I hope not. But
They're gonna hopefully they'll sell them out to other aerospace here. But
yeah,
that's what they're gonna do.
No, but it's been a progressive screwing for the working class and their children, and that screwing goes all the way up to my young, bachelor's degreed engineers.
Oh yeah.
And people are surprised that we elected Donald Trump. Fuck this shit.
What, he's going to break a system that doesn't work for the majority of people?
That's right. Why, who would care if he broke something? Yeah. It's not working for them.
He's going to break things that are the playground of the rich, and everyone's reaction to that is kind of cool. Fuck him.
Yeah. No, and I'm insanely fortunate, and I've done well, and I understand exactly how fortunate I am. And yeah, I worked hard.
Yes.
But I had every opportunity.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And
a system less designed to go after you for one fuck up. All the stuff you know.
Well, that whole thing about one fuck up, I don't think the system is intentional.
I think on the criminal side it absolutely is.
I'm sorry?
I think on the criminal side it absolutely is.
No, we've criminalized things that shouldn't have been criminalized. We're giving people,
and no
criminal
route back.
records.
There's no ability to pay your debt to society.
Junior high school.
Productive. Yeah. No, the school to prison pipeline's real.
Yeah, it's okay. And
we've nickeled and dimed people who get paid by the hour because when you go after bosses, they have really, really fancy lawyers.
Yeah.
And then they see you for court cost. And wow, now all the padding you don't care about for the bill.
Yeah.
Because you're not paying.
So again, while we're at it, dear Democrats, and I'm a Democrat,
Jesus, yeah.
and I'm more than happy to say this. Well, Donald Trump is president, and I posted a vicious meme on Facebook today. I'll bet you did. And he's still president tonight. What are you assholes going to do about it? When are you going to start?
Yep. Well, I drag out impeachment hearings, right? He's a TV president. He will respond to negative TV coverage, and you can flood those airwaves with it. You can
every night
the media to eat their vegetables.
Yep.
Because that's the big problem. Otherwise, they're going to get us distracted on some nonsense issue.
Yep. Like a tariff.
Like, pick a thing.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of, and the problem is that, Democrats never love. It's actually one of those things. If you've read The Republican Mind or Brain, I don't remember the name of the book, but there are genuine physiological differences between conservatives and liberals. Let's use that as opposed to parties, so no one feels really team affiliated. Liberals love jumping into a conversation where they're not really sure what the answers are going to be. Right? They just want to play with the words and the concepts and see. And there are several issues. Look at how poorly we handled the Me Too stuff. Right? That if that had been done correctly, we probably wouldn't have someone with an NDA as the spokesperson for it. And that's the thing that would, any basic level of, so what's going to happen when we get on stage? Oh yeah, that's going to come out. Right? So if you're a high office holder and you've got something like that in your background, it's time for you to leave.
Yep. Because
it means, if nothing else, it gives the appearance of that if they threaten to publish this thing, how much of a fight are you willing to have?
Yep. Sad.
Yeah. No, it's the same as and I really would love to find out when the reparations question started, because that is a conversation we should definitely have. That's a conversation you and I have had multiple times of how would you and all the rest.
Yeah.
And the problem is we need to not cause a fight right now, or we need to have a different fight, one that we have good answers for, and
that anybody has good answers for.
No, I've never seen anyone have a coherent, particularly answer on reparations. That what happened was absolutely not okay. On the other hand, if you let white people cut a check, they are not going to feel bad. That is going to drastically change how the rest of this conversation plays out. Right, wrong, purple.
Yep, that's what will happen.
White devils are shitheads. Look out.
Well, and so we're in a situation where we have a major segment of the working class that, as you correctly pointed out, can't absorb a $400 bill.
Yeah.
Right. And in that environment, right, you can understand the kinds of jealousy that lead to saying, well, somebody's getting something I didn't get.
Yeah.
And they'd be ashamed of themselves if they saw it in public, and they're so frightened.
But voting is in private.
Yeah. No, they're so frightened they don't understand.
Yeah.
They don't see what it is that they're doing. And it's completely understandable but it's wrong-headed,
Yes.
right? And
No, the problem is they've never had a team in their life, right? The things they've been exposed to that were held up as examples of teams is like football teams and all the rest, right? Stuff where once you're screwed up, you're gone.
Yeah.
And so they've learned and they believe that teams write people off, right?
we're going to throw you off the island.
Yeah. TV's absolutely reinforced that one. Reality television does unhealthy things to people. I'd rather people smoke meth
We've had
than
the
watch reality
conversation
television.
before. What's happened is that we have a vision of leadership that is management. It has nothing to do with leadership.
Administration.
And we have that at every level.
Yep.
In every industry, there are a handful of rare companies that see something different.
And even they are just as vulnerable to, right?
So, anyway, we have taught people a terrible, terrible, terrible lesson in non-leadership.
Well, and a lot of it was fine because it was stuff they were going to do, right? They were playing with the gravel on the side of roadside of life, right? Because for a big chunk of that period, there was a chance everyone was going to die in a torrent of fire.
True.
Right, so really what they did didn't much matter, right? We needed to play some cute accounting games so America didn't go broke first. And I don't believe that was particularly well planned out. I think that was just happy-ass coincidence. But I think it was everyone playing. I think it was all Western powers playing to the same goal.
I think it was well underway before anybody understood what we succeeded in doing.
Definitely been sucking the Russians into buying things as opposed to just driving around the block twice.
Yeah. It was. And again, it made the world a safer place briefly.
Yeah. Well, like mutually assured destruction did. The problem with successfully disarming is eventually you're going to get down to a number where people go, we can win.
Yeah. Anyway.
And the secret is no country is going to disarm. They're just going to lie.
So we have worked ourselves into a fair mess, and we need to work our way out.
Yes.
And right now, the Democrats aren't helping.
No, they're busy doing stuff like if the
Democrats think for a second that they can win with Joe Biden, who is nothing but Hillary Clinton in a tie.
Yeah, the problem wasn't that Hillary Clinton lacked a penis, guys. I will give you, part of the problem was she couldn't shut up about her dusty-ass vagina, but she couldn't shut up about being a mom and a woman. Like, that's great, that's fine. I had no particular problem. Every woman I know
was offended by
savage about it. Yeah, yes. That's where I hear the C word most from the ladies in my acquaintance.
No, again, we'll go back to one of my young engineer coworkers who I happen to overhear use literally obscene language.
Yeah.
You know, who the fuck does that woman think she is? Unquote. And I know she didn't vote for Trump. I know she held her nose and voted for Clinton.
That's what I did.
But she was furious.
Yeah, I'm not certain they didn't get their last one of those.
That it was her duty as a woman to vote for
Special
Hillary
place
Clinton.
in hell for women that don't
When you
support
look at
women.
Hillary Clinton is Mitt Romney in an ill-fitting pantsuit.
Well, not being as rich as Mitt Romney, probably harder to get shit that fits right.
Anyway.
Yeah, And again, I don't know if Sanders can win or is ready for the bare-knuckled fight that it's gonna be. Right,
but
that's the thing.
The movies, The American President, right? Or maybe that was the European name.
Michael Douglas.
Yeah. You know, could we have won on the? So I don't know. But if my friend had shown up,
yeah, I don't know.
It would have been an interesting fight.
Yeah.
So,
part of that sounds
Democrats, if you want to win, you got to get up on your hind legs. You got to fight.
You got to make it expensive to do these things.
You have to look around and see what's wrong with America and say we're going to go fix it.
Yeah.